I could unmute myself, chat. Hello, everybody.
Hello, hello. How's it going, everyone?
As you can see, both myself and Tanxors are here to explore the new T-80 line, or possibly more accurately, the Object 640 line. And joining us today as well, he's become part of the furniture, and Stephen was telling us all about his pineapple pizzas last week, is Patty. Say
Of course
hello,
he
Mr.
was.
Pineapple.
Right, okay. Hello, everyone.
You know
Of course, he was telling everyone about the pineapple.
Yes. You know you're not
don't start that
escaping
again.
This. You know this, right? There will now be no escaping the okay, who made the pineapple pizza emoji, because that is adorable.
Oh,
And
Sunshine Girl, don't
down to a T.
Don't give her ammunition. Oh dear.
But yes, if you missed us last week, you missed out on hearing all about Patty's new obsession with pineapple pizza. Apparently Stephen turned up to Tankfest and, well, caught him eating pineapple pizza. So here we go.
Oh.
That's our newest, well, shall we say, confession?
Ew.
Shall we start doing a
It's just
weekly
ew.
confession, shall we?
Weekly confession. What? Yeah.
Well, Jake
What
in
tank do
State
you
Farm
dislike?
is asking how we are on this fine Tog Tuesday. So how is everybody on this Tog Tuesday?
I'm fine. I'm doing well. It's raining currently, which is not a time.
Oh,
but,
so the rain went that way?
It did go this way, yes, and
So
it's now.
apparently it started for us on the other side of the city, and we've been expecting it to hit here, but it hasn't hit us, so it must have headed off to your way.
Yeah, it did, and it's now pretty heavy, which is always a good time.
It's actually, how can I describe it, quite muggy here. Walked down to town earlier with some of the family because we needed bits for different teas and cake and needed more coffee. And it was
more coffee always.
Very muggy. I went down in just a little jacket and it was still ridiculously warm.
I think it's only 18 degrees today as well. Like, it's not even that bad, really.
Humidity, that's all it is.
Oh, yeah. Give me 23 tomorrow, though, so that's going to be warm. Which is never a good time.
I suppose I'd prefer it to be 23 tomorrow when I'm not running all of my streaming setup, because that makes this room incredibly hot.
Yeah. When you've got two separate radiators and an Xbox and a PC running it, everything just, yeah. It's great in winter, terrible in summer.
Yes. The summer with running PC, laptop, and everything else has just kind of melted people.
Yeah.
But I saw Mr. Tanxors go missing and replay that little trailer in the corner, if anybody noticed that. Are we having magic camera moments again, Mr. Tanxors?
He is a magician.
No, I just had to fix something, but yeah, my camera was having a little issue, but nothing we can't resolve here in a second. Today here in Chicago, it's gonna be a hot one.
A hot one? How hot is hot for Chicago?
Yeah.
It's gonna be 91, 92. So.
In real weather terms?
Is that about 30 degrees?
Ouch. Nah,
yeah,
you can
it's
keep
climbing up to the ones that would turn us Brits into literal puddles.
Yeah. That's too much. You can keep that over there.
Yeah, it's gonna be a warm one. It's gonna be like that for a couple of days here, so
We'll stick with
stay that way. Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
We'll stick with our storm, whatever it's called.
Oh, the storm was last week. That's old news now, Patty. Come on,
no.
keep with the program.
I know.
Keep with the program. But I can see Jake in State Farm making a comment about the community map, which has gone live in custom games today. It will be staying with us for the rest of the season, so there's plenty of chance to check it out and provide feedback within Discord and help us to build this map. At the minute we're heading towards a sort of nuclear test site vibe, But with your guys' input, that could actually completely change. I mean, the last community map, Azure Coast, started out as more of a port warehouse sort of vibe and turned into this more Mediterranean village effort. So anything can happen with your feedback. You can see a lot of people pulling out the IS-3Ms and the IS-4Ms as well. So it looks like people have really been starting to grind the line out.
I am currently at the T10B in my grind. Just unlocked it.
We have a team training room open, right?
We do?
Yep.
Are you in here yet? Because it's filling up quite quickly.
He is. He's just below you.
He's there. He's
Yeah,
there. It's
I'm in
okay.
here.
Tankso's made it in.
If anyone would like to join us, we are in, what's the room called? Team Train or Talk Tuesdays.
Tog 2 Tuesday. Because apparently that's the
Tog
best
2
way for people to
Tuesday, yeah.
find us.
Go ahead and join us. We are on the US server.
I have
Which,
people saying that we should go to K9 and go in the hole. Now, is that the hole with the UFO in it?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Because I heard
People
Steven crash landed on it.
Yeah, people on Friday were saying they crash landed in it, left a crater. Some other people were saying that maybe we should put in like a little fence around it saying, hey, caution, you know, don't fall in here.
That would actually be a fun little Easter egg that we could look to add in. I might add that to our official notes on the map, because that is fun. And we love little bits of fun in the maps. Did you all find the cone on Azure Coast?
I don't think I ever found the cone. I've never seen it. Like, I've seen people put pictures of it on, but I've never actually gone and found it myself.
Well, you should go and find it, Petty. I'm actually quite disappointed in you now. You haven't gone and hunted down the cone.
Well, I spend too much time trying not to get myself blown up and fail because I crash into rocks and then blow myself up. So, it is what it is. It is what it is, alright? It's that or I go on a nice little beach adventure and have a little paddle in the sea, you know?
Beach adventures, so you need your bucket and spade.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. I make a nice little sand castle.
Sandcastle. Listen, we make sand tanks around here.
Oh, sorry, yeah, sorry. I make my nice little sand tank, and then I end up crushing it with my tank. Because, you know, we've got to show it who's boss. Obviously.
So are you
Is that an army guy in here? I see an army guy.
It is a wild army guy in here. If he does want to join us on the comms as well, he can feel free to. He just needs to join the waiting room and I can pull him in. Completely up to you though, army. I know some people don't like joining in, so if you want to be here, get in here. If not, we're happy to see you in the room.
Bucket, spade, and a pineapple pizza. No.
It's become part of the law now. You love pineapple pizza.
Thanks, Goliath.
Pineapple pizza patty.
He was very disappointed in us last week because for part of last week we changed his nickname on Discord to Mr. Pineapple.
Actually, it was Pineapple 360.
Was it Pineapple 360? Well, you know what? Both works for you.
Yeah. It's pure pain. It's pure pain. But, you know, I should just have a pineapple as my profile picture at this point because it's never going away.
You should. I don't know why you haven't.
I should take that picture of the pineapple tank that Steve-O made and do that instead. And then it's more fitting.
That's a good question here. Son of a Donut is asking, are we going to start seeing random pineapples showing up in the map?
It's whenever Patty shows up in your game.
Don't give us good ideas here.
So I do need
one
to
day
ask Edward from our YouTube chat if that massive word text vomit is thanks to a cat or a doggo.
Face planted on my keyboard. Well, I just say, you know, if one day I won't be surprised that if one day I log in and find that all of my tanks are gone and it's just pineapples with tracks, I won't be shocked. I'm like, who's done this? It can only be one person, right?
Hey,
Wing
it
Racer.
won't be me. Won't be me. I'm not that evil. I will change your nickname on Discord and all of that good fun, but I will not touch your tanks.
Ugh.
But
Ugh.
anyways, if Funky Monkey would like to pick a tank, oh, there we go, and we're gonna just do a quick random and launch the game.
Oh yeah.
I think their ears were ringing. Yeah, they knew we were about to call his name, so he read it up.
Who streams throwing a pineapple under the sea?
The chat is too good today.
It's just, yeah. Shocking behaviour is what it is. I see you're on the opposite team. I shall fire my pineapples at you and teach you a lesson. If my controller will stop disconnecting.
So how did you break your controller? What annoyed you that much?
He didn't break the controller. It's our setting for petty here.
Yeah, clearly, you just don't want me shooting things, so you're like, you know what, let's just break the game for him, so you can't do it.
Was like that. I'm seeing a couple of questions.
You really would.
as well
You'd love me to suffer.
Of what the giveaway is for. So today we're doing a Get Your Line Quicker bundle. So you will get, if you are the lucky winner, 20 times free vehicle XP boosters, 20 times 4 commander XP boosters, and 20 times 2 silver boosters. All in an effort to help get your T-80 grinds done quicker. Because who doesn't want to get their tanks, and their top tier tanks at that, much quicker?
Oh yeah. It's always
So,
better.
On a quick little fast track here, you know.
It's quite nice. I think it took me 13 games to get past the IS-3M with the 3 times boosters. Actually, I don't even think it was that. I think it was actually 9 games, and I'd played it for another 4. And yeah, so you can get past, especially with the earlier grinds in Cold War. They are pretty. Don't shoot me! They are pretty,
Much
easy to get past.
nicer after the update in January.
Yes. Yeah, especially if you were talking entry era, you breeze past, like, you probably, 3 or 4 games, and mid-era, like, you're probably, like I say, talking around 10 games with a good booster, and then the IS-4M, I think, took me 15 games.
So you're not doing that badly with them at the minute.
No.
First
No.
impressions so far. I have seen that you've put a video out on the IS-3.
Yeah, the IS-3M, I really don't think this tank's that bad. The gun's nice, the DPM's quite nice, the penetration's pretty good. Armor's so-so, but it's exactly the same as the IS-3 in World War II for that, where, you know, it's armor that can be penned fairly easily by quite a few tanks, especially in Era 1, where the penetrations are quite high. Most tanks will go through you, but it's got the very, very troll type of armor that you can work it to make bounces by what you do with your tank, right? And also, it just occasionally gets some really troll bounces. You sit there going, eh? How did that bounce? And you go, what? You know, that sort of thing. So far, the IS-3M was a pretty nice, like, start to the line, right? It was a pretty decent mid-era tank. And then you've got the IS-4M, which was, I think, pretty damn solid. Like, the gun on the IS-4M is real bit troll, because it's Soviet, you know, it's what Soviet guns do. But in terms of the penetration, it's great. The gun handling is okay, like I say, troll at times. The damage is nice, the DPM is pretty decent. The armor on the IS-4M is really, really nice as well, which really helps you because of the way if you play the IS-4 in World War II, you'll know what the IS-4M is about. It's side scraping, the side armor being very, very good, and you can just you really can pull off some absolute miracle bounces, which is great. And the T10, well, I've played like 2 games in the T10 stock, and if I'm honest, that gun is really horrible from what I've played so far. So I can't really say much else.
Right with the IS-3 and the IS-4, but 10 has been a bit of an issue.
Yeah, well, I've only played 2 games in the T10B, so I can't.
Oh, so you've still
I
got
can't be
time
too
to
harsh.
upgrade it and everything yet?
Yeah. So I can't speak for it yet, right? And I've only played 2 games with the stock gun, so it could be that I just had a bad RNG time, but it just went, aha! I see you like doing damage, and I don't like doing it. So it's a no, you know. RNG giveth and RNG taketh. I see a tank sword.
No, you don't.
Well, I got unceremoniously blown up by Just Feel the Vibes in their FV 4005. If there was ever a game attack to match up with that tank, that would be the one.
There we go.
Feel the vibes, man.
Just feel the vibes. But no, do you think for the people that haven't played these tanks yet or started their grinds, that there's a comparable tank that they may have played? Or is it something that the IS-3 and the IS-4 are quite unique in Era 1?
I'd say for the IS-3 and IS-4M, like I say, if they've played them in World War II, they'll know exactly how they play. They'll know exactly how they feel. I'd say there's, in terms of what's in Era 1, I don't truly think there's that much that's comparable. I'd say the IS-3M is very comparable to the WZ-111. Like, it's very, very much like that, right? Mobility-wise, it's very similar. The gun's very similar. The handling of the gun is also very similar. It's just a very, very similar tank. The IS-4M doesn't really have as many that are, I would say, comparable to it. I'd say that's a bit newer in terms of how it plays. Because, again, there's not many tanks in Era 1 that can side-scrape just as well as the IS-4 can, and will do just as well in that sort of brutal frontal armor capacity, because a lot of the tanks are a lot more mobile than it. There are, you know, the DPM is probably a little bit better, the gun armor is probably a bit better, but in terms of armor, they get shredded quite well, right? Whereas this tank has fantastic armor. It really does. The IS-4 has fantastic armor. It only really gets butchered by some of the higher penetration rounds, pretty much.
To be fair, I'm here watching AJ against this other IS-4, and they've blocked 1600 damage already. So it's really showing what that armor could potentially do.
Go on, Jake and State Farm. Oh, that looked like that hurt.
That really did hurt, didn't it? Poor Jake. What have we got left? Oh, it's Just Feel the Vibes in their FV.
In their 3-marked FV as well. You
It's a
dirty boy.
FV. Wow, somebody has spent a lot of time on that tank.
I thought they were blown up.
No, they blew me
I saw them earlier. I saw them earlier. I was like, oh, okay, well, they're fine, because I'm getting shot from, like, the side over here. And then I didn't see them. I was like, okay, yeah, well, they got blown up, but apparently,
Nope.
No, they just managed to hide.
But they're a man of culture, and that's what we like.
Oh, they have the skin, do they?
Yes, they do. Which
My
is
FV
exactly what we want.
My 4005 is free marked and it has less than 200 games. So that's really good going, Jake. To be fair, I will happily admit that I do not go out of my way to mark tanks. I do not find it fun in the slightest. I have a singular tank that has a mark on it. It sucked the life and soul out of me, so I said never again, so that I could actually enjoy the game.
It's whatever floats your goat. Whatever
Goat.
floats your goat.
Goat.
Yes, goat.
Boat.
Whatever floats your tank, you know.
That also works. Whatever floats your tugboat.
Yeah, whatever floats your tugboat. There you go. That's the new saying, right there. You heard it first. Heard it here first. I mean, I need to probably finish off the 4005. I don't even know how many games I've played in the 4005 at this point in World War II, in Cold War. I know how many games I've played in World War II. It's one of my most played tanks because I've had it since 2016 or whatever it was. So I've had it a long time.
Someone explain how to get these marks on a tank. Petty, I think you'll be the best one to explain this.
What do you want to know about it? Like, because there's 3 different marks: the first mark, the second mark, third mark, and the fourth mark, which is gold as well. You know, you got the 65% to get a first mark, so you do 6%, 65% better on average than other players in the game, pretty much. That play that tank, that is. And then you've got the 85% to get the second mark, 95% to get the third mark, and 100% to get gold. And obviously, the further up that percentage you go, the harder it gets, because the averages for getting that is a lot higher. Like, gold is very, very hard on a lot of tanks. It depends on the tank, naturally, because some tanks are... So you might play a tank that you click with and you do really well with it, but everyone else is terrible in it, and therefore it's a bit easier for you, but it is what it is. But generally it goes off of just doing better than what everyone else does on average at 65, 85, 95, etc. And I do have a lot of them.
I'm sure you do. Right, it's time to start noting down names, because for today's top of the MVP, we have a Steven with his Malibu skin available. If that entices anybody to try and come top of the leaderboard.
Speaking of MVPs here, we have in third place Jake and State Farm with the IS-4 with 4,779 damage. Second place we have Mr. Petty with 5,627 damage and IS-3M. And then MVP we have Alu in the FB 4005 with 6,273 damage. So congratulations there.
That's very filthy in the FV.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Alu, you should take a shower, bro.
100%.
That's mastery badges. Ystra in mastery badges are base XP, whereas, yeah, marks are damage.
Let's just fully upgrade this IS-4 before we take it into battle. Equipment, probably going to go pretty standard for a heavy tank.
I went loader, stabs, and traction.
Yeah, that's usually my go-to with any heavies in Cold War. And then, of course, we're throwing on the gold consumables and adding a bit of premium. Buy all of that. And then we will move Jolly Roger over onto the IS-4. There we go.
Yeah, your combined assist does count. Like, yeah, so if you get damage and spotting assist, that'll count together. So say you got 4,000 damage and 1,000 spotting assist, that'll be 5k combined for your mark average. But you got to be careful with the combines, because if you got 1,000, say you got 2,000 assistants, but 2,001 assistants and 1,000 was tracking and 1,001 was spotting, only the spotting could count towards that combined. So you got to be careful of that.
I'm quiet, the chat is saying, so I can knock that up a little bit more, but to be fair...
You could also turn us down to even it all out.
Even it all out, he says. And this is why we bring tank saws along. And I think your camera's having a funny moment on my system, so we will fix that while we wait for everybody to pick a tank.
Yep, just give me 1 second.
How many games have I played in the 4005 in Cold War? I've played 43.
That's not that many when I hear of people in 200-300s.
Yep. 43 games. 5.8k raw. Ouch.
That's a lot of really high damage games, to be fair.
That's because the tank's silly.
Well, yes, there is that. What about your World War II 4005?
Oh, you don't even want to know.
Do we not? Is it as bad as Steve-O's, 1,000 games in the AVRE?
It's not quite at that level, because...
It's not quite that level.
I mean, it's my... is it my second most played tank, I want to say? If my controller would switch back on, that would be nice. My most played tank is the T-49, naturally, 639 games. The 4005, yeah, 590 games.
Okay, so you're only a little bit way off hitting that 1,000 mark.
Yeah, but I think I've had it for 8 years now. So 590 games in 8 years is not as much as you'd think.
What's my AVRE done to deserve being brought up, says Steve-O. Well, I knew you had over 1,000 games in it, and Petty was on about his amount of games in his FB 4005. Although Jake is saying his Type 5 and his Death Star both have over 1,000 games in it.
Damn, son.
Sinster is dying of heat. 106 degrees Fahrenheit, which translates into 41 degrees Celsius. Do you remember that summer we had those temperatures?
Oh, yeah, that was horrendous. Like, oh, I remember just going out for a drive in my car with the aircon on because it was that hot and it was just barely touching it. And we went to Mackey's just purely because Mackey's has aircon, literally, and then spent an hour walking around food warehouse as well because aircon.
Yeah, can't blame you.
I remember walking across the car park at the retail park where they are, and it was like, you know that when you open the oven door. And that rush of warm air hits you.
Yes.
Because it was really windy on the 41-degree day, and it was exactly like that. When it blew in your face, it was like opening the oven door. It was horrific. Oh, never again. I hope we never have that again. Like, oh.
Well, we'll just have to wait and see, won't we?
Yeah. Yes, we will. It was horrible. We were supposed to have a heat wave this week.
He has 700 plus games on a specific German Tier 5 derp tank on 2 accounts.
A specific German Tier 5 derp tank?
Now, if there's anybody who knows their derp tanks, it would be Patty here. So, Mr. Patty, tell us which derp tank it is.
Well, he's got choices, because, you know, he could have had the Panzer IV-H derp. He could have had the Stug 3 with the derp, like, you know, there's plenty of options he's got here. Plenty of options. I'd say it's the Panzer IV-H with Alu, but you know, we don't know, because he could just be one of those people that loves the Stug and plays the Stug a lot with his derp gun.
You were right. It is the Panzer IV-H.
I wouldn't say the Panzer IV-H was my favourite derp at Tier 5. The M4 Sherman will always have that place in my heart. Always have that place in my heart.
Here we go.
It's the first hit.
Total battles. My top one is the Thresher at 480, followed by the Paladin at 409.
Nice.
And there is my one and only marked tank, the T95E3.
What was your first premium then?
My first. See, this is where it gets complicated because chat. Confession time. I was an idiot when I started playing tanks, okay? So
Did
I
you
used
sell
to sell
things?
premium tanks.
Dear Lord.
I know.
Shame.
Shame.
You know,
Ring the shame bell and all of that. But yes, I used to sell premium tanks. Fortunately, back when I actually started playing the game properly and not just for a week every 6 months, I learned my lesson really quickly.
Yeah.
So, went to support, got some of my tanks back. The first premium tank I actually got officially was one of the M4 Shermans. The one I remember is the Object 244 when it was part of the Valor Challenges.
Yeah.
So that was the first one I got, and look, that's up there too. So is the Kampfpanzer 50T from that section of challenges as well?
My first that I ever bought was the Excelsior. I bought the Excelsior when I hadn't got a clue. I think it was on a 50% sale, so it was only like 750 or 800 gold or something like that. I think it only cost like £3. And I was like, go on then. It says it's British. It's a heavy tank. It's got the same armour on the front as the back. Sign me up, like, you know. I went and bought it, and then it realised it's really not that good of a tank, but it'll always have that special place in my heart, just for the fact that it, you know.
So the first
it is what
one
it is.
I brought actually went out and spent money on gold for. There were 2 the same week. Both the Panzer V4 and the Vanguard were on sale in the same week, and I think all in it was going to cost less than about 4k gold.
This is where you learnt your YOLO Queen tendencies, is it? I see.
Very much so. Yes,
see it.
very much so. So I picked up those 2 tanks, and that was, let's go. beginning of the end of my absolute tumble into tanks.
See, the thing that got me, the first thing I remember actually fully going, yeah, I'm gonna play more and stick to it, was the Motherland Calls Up. So the first Tier 8 premium I ever had was the Motherland from that in what 2015, end of 2015, 2016, something like that. And so the Motherland was my first ever Tier 8 premium, and it was great. It was great fun because obviously back then, especially, it had really good armor. The gun was all right. It wasn't great, and the mobility wasn't great, but it was just a decent silver earner to have, and made silver off of it. And then they sold, and then for Independence Day, the Freedom came up. They sold the Freedom, the Super Pershing with the Freedom skin at like a 30% discount at the time. I think again that was like 4,000, 5,000 gold, and I was like, you know what? I played this game enough now. I'm going to buy that, and that was the first Tier 8 Prem that I actually bought.
Oh, I can see Tokra mentioning that the first rule of video games is don't sell anything. And as an avid JRPG player, I should really know that rule.
Yes, you should.
What about you, Taxels? What were your first tanks that you remember?
First tanks. Well, I played the T-80 a lot, but I also played the Turbine Fury bunch, and then the Freedom as well. I'm trying to remember when the Freedom came out. This was like back in the day, like 2014, 2015. I think the Freedom came out, what was it, July 2015 maybe? Or is it July 2014?
I did not actually start playing until 2016, so everything kind of before that, I really don't know when things came out. But between 2016 and 2020, I played maybe a week every 6 months or so. So even then, I still don't know how the updates and tank releases felt.
And then after that, then I just kind of started playing a lot of German and then Soviet things. So that's where my love for the IS-6 came out. IS-6, IS-7. And now we have the beautiful IS-4.
So you have two
I'm like-
IS-4s.
Right. So playing the last match, right? Like Petty was saying, like this feels like, what you would expect, like other Soviet things to perform like the IS-6 or the IS-7 stuff. I felt pretty at home. And I can't wait till we get to the higher end of the new line here.
So up to things like the T-80s and the Object 640.
640 in particular, yeah.
I'll be interested to shoot at more 640s with that big ammo rack on the back.
No, you can't see that.
I think I can.
I've specifically up-armored my ammo rack.
Oh, really?
Oh, right. It's
Yeah.
like that, is it? It's like that, is it?
And they're already on the IS-4M. Who's behind us here? Who's on my team? Wait, are any of you on my team?
I feel like none of your team are over here. I feel like this is what's happened. I've driven over here,
feel
there
like
is nobody.
we've just done a massive circle.
Yeah. It does feel a bit like that.
Sinster is
heavy tank out
also
of position.
tagging us in Discord because his kitten, Obi-Wan, is very interested in the toy tanks in the garage. Okay, Big City Wildcat, that was a really good shot. I saw that pop.
Alrighty. Threat eliminated. Moving on.
Ow! I just got here.
You just
Ali,
got
that was not
here,
very kind.
You got shot. Enjoy.
I did.
Ooh, I see a
No,
Penny.
you can go away. You can go away. And you.
I saw a
And
Petty
you.
too. He's running off, Lucian.
I'm just bouncing off 4,000 apart. It's okay.
Is that? No, that one's not a destructible.
Let's get petty.
Get him.
No.
For his crimes
I like
against...
living.
For his crimes against pizza.
There is no crimes against pizza. It's all imaginary. It's all made up in your mind.
So you're telling us Stephen's been lying?
Yes, he's a dirty, filthy liar.
Oh, that's not true.
Oh my Jesus, who set me on fire? Who did that? Patty is tracked for people who want to shoot him.
No, no one wants to shoot me because they love me, alright? Shoot her.
I'm fairly sure that our chat loves me more.
Uh-oh.
Get him, Alu! Get him! He broke me ammo rack, so I'm a bit useless.
Just die, Alu! Ah, yes, I can die free and happy! And we don't say anything about who killed me.
Did you see that, chat? Did you see that absolutely brilliant shot that I just pulled off there to make sure that he went down?
Nope, no they didn't. They were blind. They didn't see a thing. Yep.
That was a good one.
That was a good one. I actually did damage.
Right.
In third place here, we have Lou and the FB4005 with 3,418 damage. Second place, we have Just Feel the Vibes with 3,590 damage. MVP, we have Lou with the FB4005 as well, and they had 6,190 damage. What is that, 2 MVPs for Lou?
It
I don't remember who the
is.
last
It
MVP
is.
was.
He's pulling ahead in a storming fashion to try and make sure that last week's fun doesn't happen again. Or at least that's what I think he's doing. But that rounds out our Era 1 tanks, so that's going to push us up to Era 2 once I have adjusted the settings.
Era 2.
Which puts us on the T-10B to start with. Bye bye more silver as we kit out the tank.
Oh, I will play my very, very stock T-10B. Let's go. This can only go well.
That one. That one. Yes, game. There we go. And the targeting info. Do, 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 do.
Things can only get better.
Things can only get better. Are you going to start singing that too?
Oh, I did contemplate it.
I'm sure you did. Now this has heat as its AP ammo, so it's premium ammo, so I'm not gonna take too much of that.
What is the? I haven't actually seen. What did it have fully upgraded?
APDS, heat, and HE.
And the full penetration of the rounds.
401 on the APDS, 520 on the heat, and 120 on the HE.
I'll take the 1600 meters a second shot velocity on the standard APDS as well.
I think I'll be taking
my
that
lord.
as well.
Yeah. The 401 pen on the standard on the APDS is pretty good. It's pretty good. It's not brilliant, but it's not bad for a entry era. So, and it means I can actually pen things. The stock gun is not great. It's not great. The shot velocity is awful. The penetration's not good.
Stick him in the tank. Now I'm gonna guess this is where we start seeing less of the new tanks, because they have only been out for a couple of hours at the moment in time.
And this is how we can see the people that have used their free XP.
Alan. Dave.
Called out straight away.
They usually do, to be fair, so I don't think they will mind me saying it, because
No,
usually when
true.
there's a line that they want coming out, it's like, I need them all now.
That's a Dave thing to do as well. Yes, I'm calling you out, Dave.
And there's also the sort of feeling around it that, say, skipping a grind or buying a top tier or top of era tank is a time poor way to get the tanks you want quicker.
Yeah.
So
I can see it.
you know what? If somebody wants to go out and get the tank that they want and actually spend a bit of money, then you do you. I don't mind. You're not hurting anybody else, and you get to play the tank and enjoy. And who
I'm a
doesn't
weirdo.
want
I
to
actually
enjoy
like-
their tanks?
I'm a weirdo. I like the grind. The longer the grind, the better for me, generally. Plus, I'm a weirdo, so it is what it is.
Well, you said it, not us.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm always the same. If there's nothing to grind, I tend to just not play it. It's terrible for. I'm very terrible for that. If I've done like grinding a tank and I've finished it, then I've done I'd say after 3 marks or something like that. I just basically don't play it again, which is unless someone says that, hey, play that for me. Yeah. Pretty bad for it.
I have a confession to make.
What's that?
This past weekend, I was looking at, maybe ordering a pizza or something, and just very quickly the thought of, hey, maybe I should get a pineapple pizza. just
Wow,
Thanks,
that's
Oz.
shocking.
How could you?
just to just for the memes, And I said, you know what, I probably shouldn't.
Yeah, you made the right decision in not doing that. You really did. You really did.
Mr. Wing Racer would be disappointed in me.
Mr. Winged Racer would be
He would
disappointed
be.
in you.
And then he'd also insinuate that it was me that had clearly inspired you to try it or want it.
Yes, you're the reason
doubt.
for this.
Yeah.
It's all
He
your
would.
fault.
Steve says I'm corrupt and everyone. No, I'm not. I believe that is Winged Racer with his pineapple talk. He's not here. I'm going to roast
Here we
him.
go.
Anyway.
Funky Monkey is on your side. Why does everyone hate on Hawaiian pizza?
It's not on my side. This is
You
not
have
my
found
side.
a fallow pineapple on pizza lover.
Oh my lord! It's yeah. Yes. Okay. Okay.
Minister says, what's next? Tank stores ketchup on your hot dog? In Chicago, putting ketchup on your hot dog is a crime recognized by the city.
Wait.
Don't
No ketchup.
have ketchup on a hot dog?
No.
What
absolutely.
is this heresy?
That sounds
Yeah.
wrong. The fact that you've got to have a bit of ketchup, bit of mustard, and you're having a good time.
If you're at a barbecue, it's fine. Like, nobody cares. But if you go and get, like, a Chicago-style hot dog, it's a specific style. Like, it has a bunch of ingredients in it. Relish, mustard, sports pepper, a pickle, celery, salt, a tomato, onions. But there's no ketchup on it. Like, yeah, some places won't serve you, or like, if you ask for ketchup, or they'll make you
Weird.
ring like a bell of shame.
That is weird.
Mm-hmm.
Admittedly, we do have something that can relate to that.
We do.
Do you not call out people who have ketchup with their steak and chips?
No. Well, you'd have to. I've not really been in the place where I have steak. Oh, I've never had steak, so it is what it is.
See, my young brother's terrible for
no.
it, and we call him out for it every time, because he's just ruining a lovely meal with some ketchup.
Wait, hold on. So your brother puts ketchup on his steak?
It's not on the steak, it's usually to the side of the steak.
Right, but you
But
dip
still.
your steak in the ketchup?
I've never seen him do that unless he's done it recently. But it's one of
So
these
what's the
where
ketchup
it's
for?
just
Just fries?
the fries, yeah. And it's like, dude,
Oh, okay.
all that lovely steak juices you could be tasting, and you have ketchup.
That seems, yeah. No, I've never really had steak, and I've never really known anyone to have it.
Although, to
So
be fair,
I
I
can't
saw
know.
on the meal prep menu for this week's steak and chips, and then I saw the steak that was brought, and it's braising steak, and I cannot wait because that is the best meal ever.
Playing with fire here. I'm teetering off the rock. I know I'm gonna fall.
And we are sorry to anyone that is now absolutely starving.
This
Sorry for
happens on a normal Tuesday, to be fair. I think the chat are used to it by now.
It's true. It's true.
Though I did
So
make
it's,
sure to eat a couple of snacks before coming on stream so that I didn't get too hungry during the stream. Because I knew we would have inevitably start talking about food.
I've got mine.
It's only lunchtime here. Where's my lunch?
I've got some beautiful pretzel M&Ms I got from town earlier on. That makes me happy. Although you've got to pay extortionate amounts of money for pretzel M&Ms, but
Well, yeah, that's because
It
you've
makes
got
me
to import them in.
yes. Yeah, they do. Because, you know, you Americans get the best flavours of M&Ms. We just sit here and cry because we get terrible M&Ms.
Alright. Listen.
I'm
What if you bought normal M&Ms and just ate pretzels with them? Would that be the same thing?
Not 100% sure. No, I don't think it would.
I don't think I've ever really had those, so I don't know if I'm missing out on something that I don't know where.
Yes, I got to shoot something. Oh. Well, yeah. The thing is, M&M's right are great in the US. You have so many flavors. Us, we literally just have like crispy, peanut, chocolate, and then salted caramel. Oh, brownies need. Yeah, yeah, they did. Yeah, that's true. But that's all we have. Like, you go to the US and you've got like mint, pretzel, peanut butter, coconut, almond. You know, they had cherry at one point, pecan pie, pumpkin pie. You know, like.
Check this out. You ready? The only ones that I know exist are. This is coming from someone within the US.
Yeah.
It's the one with the peanut inside, the one with no peanut inside, and then the one with peanut butter inside. Those are the only ones I know. So.
Wow. You've also got white and dark chocolate ones as well.
No, we do not have the peanut butter ones, Funky. It's not really a thing.
No, we
peanut butter
don't.
ones are good.
Yeah,
So
peanut
I'll give
butter's
you that. I like the peanut butter ones.
not a
It
big thing.
annoys me at how much I have to pay out for a dream bar when I go somewhere like B&M, because the only place we can get them from is Australia, so they have to cover the imports.
Yeah, because randomly we stopped doing dream bars.
Dream bars were lovely.
I remember going to Cadbury World with school, and they gave us 2 dream bars and 2 dairy milk bars as part of the tour.
What's the dream bar like?
White chocolate. Just white
Yeah.
chocolate.
Pure white chocolate.
Sounds alright.
It is.
Is it dreamy?
Yeah. It's Cadbury's white chocolate. And Cadbury's white chocolate is nice. I don't think Cadbury's do that badly in terms of just anything, right? Because you've got Bourneville, which is the dark chocolate one, and that's
Right.
really nice. I know you
Hold
don't
on a
like
minute.
dark chocolate. Hold on.
The taste and whatnot. I always preferred the squares, and then they changed to this round shape, and it just doesn't seem to taste the same.
Yeah, well, Cadbury's, they definitely did something that changed. They definitely changed something, and it definitely does taste different to how it used to. But yeah.
See, I am 100% sure it's the shape, because the bigger blocks of anything Cadbury is still in the square shapes, or the rectangle shapes as the case may be.
Yeah.
But the smaller bars, they're rounded, and they taste different. I have had chocolate on pizza. It is a fabulous idea, and I would eat it all the time if I could. Just to make sure I answer that chat message.
Hold that thought real quick.
MVPs.
we have MVPs to talk about. In third place, we have
I
Mad
skipped
Max with the Rock Crawler. Mad Max with the Rock Crawler with 6,179 damage.
Mhm.
Second place, we have Strike Tor with the Bagel Panzer with 7,166 damage. And an MVP, we have King OG with the Yak
Racketing
Panzer
Yak
with
Panzer.
9,000.
Just call it the Rickety Panzer. It's easier.
The Rickety Panzer with 9,983 damage. Congratulations, King. You are MVP.
Fair play, King. That's good amount of damage as well.
So now, returning to chocolate on pizza, is this like a drizzle, or is it like an entire cake
depends.
Okay.
layer?
Depends. Domino's used to do the chocolate pizza, which was literally pizza dough, so like an actual pizza base with
Okay.
some level of I don't know what it was, like liquefied chocolate on it, and that was the topping.
Yeah, so you basically replaced everything with different bits of chocolate. You start with your pizza dough, you then add chocolate to be your tomato base, and then you pick out other chocolates to be your toppings and whatnot, and it's glorious.
Honestly, my favourite pizza place, which is a local Italian pizza place, they do the Neapolitano type pizzas, really lovely. They did a Nutella pizza, and the Nutella pizza was just wow. You think pizza dough and chocolate is just never going to go together, and you have that pizza with Nutella on it, you go, oh my lord, that's good.
It's one of these things that just works.
Yeah.
Stephen, I missed if anybody said about the tank I won from last stream. You should have it in your account now, Mr. Westback. I sent it out earlier today.
And Tank
Haven't
Eats,
received it
I'm
yet.
sorry,
I will
but
need to
chocolate's
look
great.
into that. Chocolate is great.
It makes the world go round, man.
Although, to be
Why
fair,
not, like,
I do know people that don't like chocolate.
Isn't your
Why
sister
not?
one of them?
Just like a dessert pizza, where it's not actually pizza, but a dessert in pizza shape. Is it similar to like that, or is it more? Does it have cheese?
No.
No.
No. It's literally just the base for a pizza. It is literally just that, but with chocolate on it instead of any other topping.
Okay.
It's almost like it's like they get the pizza base, and instead of spreading tomato sauce on it before tomato puree or whatever,
Right.
it's just chocolate, and that's the pizza.
Okay, so it's basically a dessert.
Pretty much.
Okay, that sounds a little better in my head. At first, I imagined like the tomato sauce and cheese, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not sure.
That'd be a little bit grim, I think. Probably.
Maybe some pineapples on top. Oh man.
Oh no, absolutely pineapple in the chocolate. Oh no, oh. Be awful.
So which tank are we up to now?
So
The
we're
T-80?
up to the T-80.
Alrighty.
And then we start getting into T-80 alphabet after this.
Please tell me so I know what's coming off. What penetration and stuff like that has the T-80 got? KB.
So fully maxed out, it's got 408 on standard. The premium is heat, which is 420, and 145 on the HE.
Aha. And you've got it up to 79 kilometers an hour. Okay.
And the speed difference between the heat and the AP is absolutely massive again.
So yeah, 79. I probably won't even load heat whatsoever when I use it.
We're taking a couple just in case.
Oh, you never know.
Just
But
in
cool.
case. But whilst
just,
you
you know,
two
it's-
were talking food, Stephen, I have just ran a check on the crediting. It should be in your account, so if you can double check your filters, it's a tier 8 American TD you're looking for, just in case something is hiding it at the minute. Because tank's not showing up as fun.
Oh yeah.
What about a chocolate stuffed banana cooked in foil on a barbecue? I've never had that.
That sounds fine. But how is it chocolate stuffed? I mean, I could see chocolate dipped. But, you know, I'm sure it works.
Did you root out the middle of the banana and then fill it with chocolate? No.
I'm assuming it's sliced in half, right? And then just put the chocolate on top.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Sure we will
bananas.
be told about it soon enough.
Speaking of bananas, there's a nice little treat that my grandma used to do in Mexico. She would do plantains fried in a pan, like a saucepan with a little bit of like brown sugar. Oh man, they turn crispy and delicious.
No, I've never had plantain.
Yeah,
No, I
it's
haven't
good.
either. It's not all that common over here, to be fair.
No, it's
Right.
not. It's I want to say it's normally something you see in the foreign food section of the supermarket. If you're going to see it, like plantain chips or something like that, I don't know. It's not something you can just generically get that easily.
Assume they're all coming from South America somewhere, right? Or
Yeah,
so-
probably.
The plantains are interesting. They're firmer bananas. Have a slightly different taste, but they're good.
So back to the stuffed bananas. Leave the banana in the skin and slice it with a sharp knife. Stuff with chunks of chocolate, wrap in foil and into the fire.
Yeah, there you
Oh,
go.
well, there you go.
Listen, I'll have one of those too.
I'll take 4.
Yeah, I'll try one of those. Ow! That hurt.
That AMX was not very happy with us. Because about 5 of us have just gone out. No, I did not have elevation to do that. I did not be arguing that. If I'd have hit that, it would have been crazy.
The donut son! Go away!
For the Brits, try it on bonfire knife, apparently.
Okay.
But what if I want to have roasted marshmallows on my bonfire knife? Maybe I should just have both.
I had a whole moment there. I pulled the trigger and then everything swiveled round. That was weird. That was a ping problem there.
I feel like this Conqueror Mark II is just using cash on me. Oh, it's shooting me from behind. Who's this? I was having fun, man.
Yeah, should have watched your map. Hey, look at that.
Awareness. It's not always good. Especially when you're trying to watch 2 or 3 screens at once.
Mm-hmm. Nah, excuses. I just hear excuses.
You
It's-
hear
it's-
excuses. You hear them.
Yeah.
Who's this TD over here out of position?
For real though, the next time anyone has
Run
pizza,
this
get a
around.
small bowl, put ketchup in, stir in some sugar in the ketchup, and use it to dip in your pizza. That's
Listen,
interesting.
We could speaking of, that sounds similar to something that we have here called hot honey. It's very spicy honey. You can just put it on your pizza.
Yeah, we again randomly, occasionally you get stuff like places like Domino's that do their sort of themes, and we had that. We had the bee sting pizza. No, that was at Papa John's actually. I think it was, which was hot honey on pepperoni pizza kind of thing.
Yeah. Not bad.
And
Not
that's quite
bad.
nice. And a lovely lineup of MVPs.
We have
All right.
indeed.
Third place here we have Mad Max and the Leopard 2AV with 4,316 damage. Second place, just feel the vibes with the 30B2 Brenus with 6,730 damage. And MVP, we have Vinny Venom with the Bagel Panzer 8,352 damage. Congratulations, guys.
Bagels! Who doesn't love a bagel?
Salmon, cream cheese. Oh.
I was gonna say, Sin will be telling us all about his bagel aficionado in a minute. Or has he had to disappear off to deal with more of those AC units he mentioned earlier?
Probably.
Jake and State Farm is suggesting make K0 a waterfall you can jump into like a pool.
Waterfall. I've not had
As long as you can get out.
K0 yet, so I'll need to check that out.
Yeah, we'll check it out.
It needs to be a cave. That's what you need to do. You need to have a big waterfall that you can drive through and it leads into a cave.
Well, I mean, the second suggestion, or just a dark abyss pit.
There is that, but then you never escape the dark abyss.
I mean, given the
It
kind of
takes you in forever.
vibe that we're currently aiming for, I feel like the abyss would fit it better.
Oh, probably.
But at the same time, we don't want to, you know, restrict too many areas of maps. So perhaps the waterfall would be better.
Actually, you know, it's somewhere that you can go in, have some fun with the abyss, you know, whatever. And then when you actually need to come out again, you don't get stuck forever.
Up next, we have the T-80B.
So the last one of Era 2.
And again, you need to tell me what's cracking. Is it the same gun as the T-80?
Very
Pretty
similar.
much.
Very similar. First thing to note is that we have ATGMs, which are barrel fired. 6 of them.
Right, okay.
Minimum arming distance is 100 meters. And
Okay.
they take 30 seconds to reload.
400
For
meters a second on the speed as well, which is not
too bad, no. For the standard rounds, we've got AP there, 408 penetration for 550 damage at over 1700 meters a second. For the heat, I'm thinking I'm not gonna carry any of this. It's 550 pen for 550 damage, but its speed's only 905.
Yeah, and heat in Era 2 is very, very hit and miss. So it's just better just to use the standard ATGMs.
So that's what we're going for. We'll keep all the ATGMs, we'll max the rest out on AP, and go from there.
We have another area here. Where was it? Steve-O saying K8 should have a ramp to jump the gap.
K8, a ramp to jump the gap. You guys are making me write quite a bit today.
Yeah, so we'll check out K0, and while we're there, we'll check out K8. But I believe it might be the section that Bam was talking about, that there's 2 rocks that they kind of try to inch together to let tanks jump across, but some tanks don't have enough speed and they won't make it, so, you know, they were looking into maybe even making it a little bit closer to make more tanks be able to jump it.
So this map looks like Mars, according to Jake. I mean, if we added a bit more of a red rock, I could see that.
There's a bit of water though, and you know we know what Mars is like. I mean, have they found water on Mars? I don't think they have.
They have found evidence for historical water on Mars. There is no, well, unless we find it, currently none on the planet's surface at the minute. Whether or not that means there's any below,
who knows?
Who knows? We've not gone that far yet.
It's fine. We'll send Matt Damon over. That can't go wrong.
I mean, he blew himself up growing potatoes.
Yes, yes, he did. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine, he says.
There's no pineapple pizza there for you, though. No. That's a good thing, Steve-O. That's a good thing. Don't let Pinocchio the Racer tell you different, okay?
According to Batthink, if it's supposed to be a nuclear site, RE the map, then the waterfall should be toxic and strip the paint off your tank as you go through it.
That'd be cool.
That would
interactive
be cool.
with your tank.
think Steven here, Steven Westerbeck, is saying that they may not have had their tank given to them, the one they won on Friday. So we'll investigate. We'll get that sorted out for you.
Kitty Cat 3000 says they're here for the pineapple on pizza. Poor Patty, he's probably crying in a corner at all these pineapple references.
I am.
You know, we started memeing on pineapple on pizza so much now that I feel like Steven one day would watch the stream, you would just think that that's all we ate here on Earth or something.
Possibly.
Yeah, think about that.
Poor Steven. Although, to be fair, if you watched today's stream, you'd be full on thinking we were chocolate obsessed.
Oh yeah, that too. Oh.
Seventh says we should give Petty pineapple chunks behind his tank instead of dust.
Nice little VFX.
And Mr. SVG is saying that if you ever visit Chicago, he is making sure you get pineapple pizza.
Would it be okay to throw it back in the face?
Oh, how rude!
I wouldn't do that.
You're being brought pizza, and you're
to be fair,
throw it back in their face. How rude!
It might be sacrilegious to have pineapple on pizza, but if someone buys you pizza, you must eat the pizza.
Okay,
and also,
so
it would be a waste of good pizza.
Nobody could shoot me for the time being while we investigate K0. That's a really long way down. Can I twist my camera far enough to see the bottom of it? I don't think I can. Oh, who's that behind me? Let me out! Let's see if getting a bit higher up will help.
Oh, why do I have 300 ping?
Because you're on the NA server.
Mm-hmm.
So no, we can't quite see the bottom of it from here. We'll have to try from another side. Again, nobody could shoot me for the time being.
No, everyone shoot her. Everyone shoot her. Please.
Have to be really careful. What can we
Make sure
see?
she's out of this game.
I can see a bit of a shadow in a very circular shape.
I almost slid into you.
Think you can, Mr. SVG, I am not yeeting myself off a cliff. I would never be forgiven by the chat. Now what was the other area? Ah yes,
K8.
K0. K0 and K8. So we've done K0. Let's make us way all across to K8. People!
What's at K8?
Apparently 2 rocks that should be ramped up so that you can jump a gap.
Oh.
Which... not really seen, if I'm honest.
Maybe Steven moved it.
Maybe
Oh,
Steven did.
I think it's up here. Go check J8 here.
I feel like we're about to get into the crossfire.
Oh yeah, I've already felt it.
I mean, you've got this gap here. But that's a bit far out.
Far out, dude. I don't even know how to get on top of this rock.
So, I think it was Jake in State Farm mentioned it. Can you send us a screenshot of the section of map you're on about?
Oh, there's KB. Hello, KB. There's a UFO down here, I heard.
Whee! took one of you with me. I took one of you with me.
I found the UFO.
You found the UFO, did you?
I did.
Oop, oop. Yes, yes, go on, Mr. Tanksaurus. Push that tank down into the abyss.
I don't have enough horsepower.
Ah!
Wait, hold up.
Everybody
Okay.
jump off! Do it!
Wow! We've just seen Vinny go whee!
Why'd I get sandwiched? I was trying
Oh,
to
dear.
sacrifice myself to the Abyss God. Oh, I'm in the wrong chat. Okay, menacing. We had a little mishap here, but you know what? Who didn't have mishap is Mr. Vinny Venom here in the Bagel Panzer again with 6,280 damage. In second place, we have Just Feel the Vibes with the Bagel Panzer as well, 6,703 damage. And guess what? We have a third Bagel Panzer, MVP Strike Tour with 7,687 damage. Congratulations, everyone, and thank you for making me into a Tanksaurus sandwich.
The question is it the tastiest sandwich a tank has ever made? And while you ponder that,
I'll ponder.
Just Feel the Vibes is now ahead on the MVP scoreboard. They have hit the MVP 3 times, so is in the lead for winning that Steven with his Malibu skin. Closely followed
Nice.
by Mad Max, Strike, Vinny Venom, and Alu, all who are on 2 each.
Twitch.
2 each.
Twitch.
It does sound like Twitch when I say it like that, doesn't it?
That's what I'm saying. I'm
Oh
trying-
dear. Accents, people,
Alrighty.
they are lots of fun. Anyways,
Oh, yeah.
moving up on to Era 3 with T-80 BV. Like I said, it becomes T-80 Alphabet on these tanks.
Oh, this one's got some like reactive armor on it.
Mm-hmm.
It looks really cool. The T-80
Yeah, let's
BB.
see.
Let's get him kitted out, ready to go. Grab the commander.
And I've just seen that you have to try deep dish here. Yeah, see, I've had a Chicago pizza from the Chicago airport. That's the only experience I've had of actual Chicago pizza. It was a Chicago pizza company or something like that.
You
Right.
probably paid like
A fair price.
$20, $30 for a little slice or something.
Well, it was a whole pizza, and I think it cost me about $15.
So, on the T-80 BV, we've got 80 GMs again. 400 speed, 750 pen for up to 12, well, averaging around 1200 HP and damage. Again, minimum
That's not
arming
bad.
distance is 100 meters on them with a reload of 30 seconds.
Oh, it's quite a long
your
reload.
Ammo types, you have the picks between AP and more AP. So the standard
APF,
round is 558 for 550 damage, travelling at 1715 meters per second. The premium ammo has 697 penetration
Oof.
for the same amount of damage, slightly slower at exactly 1700 on the speed. So
I can see a lot of people firing that round.
I think I'm going to take a little mix of both and see what happens.
We have Mr. Petty back on your pizza adventure in the airport.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that you probably, you weren't able to venture out into the city to get,
Nah, we were
proper-
only on a
Yeah.
only on a 2-hour layover, so it took us about an hour and a bit to get through the security. So,
Mr. SPG is saying here, there's lots of options for good pizzas downtown, but I don't think the airport one really did you justice. But you had an idea.
yeah, well, it was one of those things, isn't it? We had like about 55 minutes before our next flight, so it was like, well, before it starts boarding
Understandable.
anyway. So, and it was, I think at that point we'd been up for about 12 hours, 13 hours or something
Ooh.
like that. It's like, I'm ready for food. So yeah.
Mr. Tank
Then,
Sauce was a bit like that on his trip over to the UK for Tankfest.
Well, I was up like, I think I was on like hour 30 or something. Yeah. Mr. Sinister One says, deep dish pizzas for tourists and guests. Listen, you take that back, Mr. Sinister One. I like my deep dish pizza occasionally.
Was it Giordano? I again, it was about 10 years ago I went, but I'm pretty sure it was like something very generic named, like the Chicago Town Pizza Company or something like that. You know, one of those types of generic names for it. But it was just in the airport.
I like your generic pizza name for that company. Oh,
Yeah.
the best good old Chicago Town Pizza Company.
Yeah, it was something along those lines. I don't think it was that, but you know, somewhere in that line. We're only on a, like I say, 2-hour layover to get to San Francisco. But traveling over to you guys is quite the expedition, as you guys have already known, touring over this way.
I don't know what you're talking about. I watched 4 movies and then I was there.
Were they 2-hour or 3-hour movies though?
I watched 3 2-hour movies and 1 3-hour movie. So.
See, I remember watching. I remember my screen being broken, which was a thing. So I had to watch someone else's. But I remember watching Looper and Les Mis because they were the 2 that were in cinema at the time. So that's how long ago it is to date it, you know. Oh, and Die Hard, the last Die Hard as well.
Wow.
Yeah, again, to date it, how long ago it was.
So to be fair,
But
the
it was
only time
quite a
I've
trek.
been on a plane was a field trip to Tenerife. And there were no screens on it, so all I did was sit there and enjoy time playing on my Nintendo 3DS. So it was easier to take that than, in fact, I hadn't brought my Switch by that point, so yeah, that was my handheld console at the time.
Well, when I went to San Francisco, that was the longest flight I've ever done, and it was quite a long time. We did, I think we ended up leaving Heathrow at 7 in the morning, and we got to Chicago time at like, what, 11 a.m? But we'd been on flight for like 9 or 10 hours. And then, obviously from Chicago, we left at 1 in the afternoon and got to San Fran at like 4 or 5, something like that. It was a very long time. And naturally, I barely slept either, because I can't really sleep on a plane. And then to get to Heathrow, we naturally had to leave our house and get the National Express coach from Broadmarsh at like 2 in the morning. So I'd done a whole day at college, then gone no sleep to Heathrow, slept a little bit on the plane, did the whole, 16 hours of travelling or whatever, and then, finally got to San Francisco at about 4 or 5 in the afternoon.
I'm very sad Alu didn't turn his turret far enough to see if I could hit that ammo rack.
You're very sad. I'm very sad.
I'm now dead.
I pulled an oopsie.
You pulled an oopsie. What sort of oopsie did you pull?
So, game just started. I'm excited to try out this brand new tank, right? Fresh out of the factory. I go around the corner and my intention is just to peek it and, back up real quick. I instantly got tracked and I didn't have a repair kit on me. So then I just met the firing squad and I got set on fire twice. And then I went kaboom. But moral of the story is
Soviet tanks is they set on fire a lot.
Moral of the story is bring some repair kits and some fire extinguishers.
So I think my team might win this one, which is a stark contrast to some of the games we have had.
Hey, just feel the vibes is out here showing off with this gold mark weasel, okay? This man's going to carry us to the victory.
A gold mark weasel, that is something.
Yes. You filthy, filthy man. But he's out here to carry us to the end. It's fine. And,
I didn't pay 32 gold for KV to get shot automatically. Well, you know what, Alu? Science. We need to find out if it does ammo rack and how many shots it takes. And Patty's not got his yet, so I can't test it on Patty.
So, Strike Tor and Jake and State Farm, have we signed a truce? I think we've signed a truce. I think there's been an armistice here.
Run, Vibes, run.
What are you two doing?
They've signed a peace treaty. Peace on all sides.
According to Jake, Jedi was with them too.
What I feel like is you should both just jump in the pit.
I think they're marveling at the pit, or they're having the standoff.
I feel like you should just both jump in the pit. I'm not gonna lie.
No, they're doing it. They're doing it.
They're going. What gentlemen these two are. Look at him go.
Wow. Okay then.
There we go.
I'm down there. Wait.
No, that's Jedi.
Oh, there he is.
Okay then.
You know what I want to try? I need to try this. I need to sign. There's another one.
Hi, Vinny.
This needs to be science, right? World War II is different at some point. This is science, right? World War II, because the physics is different with the gravity. Putting on the parachute training, putting on the suspension, spore liner, etc. All that good stuff that reduces fall damage, and then jumping in this pit and seeing if you can live.
Well, I tell you what, we'll test that next week.
Yes, it needs to be tested.
Unfortunately, we have another 2 tanks to get through.
Yep.
And I might be burnt at the stake if we also don't fit in a TOG 2 game to finish everything off with.
Yeah, I'd be one of those people, so, you know.
So,
Vibes,
we will
run.
test that next week.
Run, Forrest, run!
Anyways, how's just feel the vibes in the marked weasel? How's it going?
Yes! Mr. SPG!
I
This is the
think
man.
Tog's going over the edge. Okay, chat. Do you want to do the normal Tog battle, or would you like to science and throw them off into the abyss?
Have try and get nearly near, because obviously not everyone has a TOG, but nearly 50, which is a sad time, because you've got to find a TOG at home for Christmas. But
Science.
nearly 15
science,
TOGs dropping in
more
at the
science.
same time.
Somebody is hoping
Oh.
for both.
If we have time. But
Abyss, Philly.
yeah, basically a whole lobby jumping into the pit would be hilarious.
Science. I have a TOG
And the funny-
built to survive fools, according to Funky.
It's science. I'm hearing science.
I
Science
am
is the
hearing
winner.
Science too.
We won't talk about people who are lacking KV2s. I know, right, Mr. SPG, right?
Yes, I know. Maybe I should use some free XP and just do it that way. Ideas?
You wouldn't just grind it?
Well, at this point, for the amount of complaints being fielded about my lack of KV2, it would be the quickest way to get one.
It's true. You need KV2 in your life, because derpers love derpers' life. And you need it. Sorry.
Speaking of grinding here, we have people on the MVP screen. We have in third place Kashi putting the object 292 of 7,677 damage. In second place, we have Just Feel the Vibes in the Weasel with 9,421 damage. And MVP, we have One Odd Buck in the OBJ 292 as well with 10,991 damage. And you know what we say around here? That's a lot of damage.
And that actually means that Just Feel the Vibes has now got a 2-game buffer on their MVP tally.
He's proper sweating this. He really wants that prize.
So let's quickly load out the T-80U. Hopefully this game doesn't last too long, so that we can fit in this Togs for Science, because apparently that's what chat wants us to do.
To be honest, I would put I'll get a KV2 when there's a screenshot of Petty eating a pineapple pizza out there. Oh, God.
I won't be that mean to you. I will not be that mean to you.
It's fine, because that could quite easily happen without happening, because my father is one of those heathens. He will quite happily have a Hawaiian, but hot and spicy, every time.
Mm-hmm.
He'll get a load of peppers on it, loads of chilies, and then just go, oh yeah, throw some pineapple on as well. And I'll be like, no, really.
So what I'm hearing here is you're blaming your dad.
Yes, I am, 100%. He needs blaming for a lot of things. So, that his ability to defend himself, I'm blaming him for the pineapple on pizza. A man of taste and culture. No.
I'm sure. So, anyways, if people can pick their tanks, we're up to the T-80U, which is the last T-80 in the T-80 alphabet. It's while we wait for people to pick their tanks. There's not much difference on the standard to the premiums. Both are AP. They only difference, because they both travel at 1700 meters a second, is their penetration value. One is 606, the other is 697. For the ATGMs, very similar to what we've seen for the others. 750 penetration, that does average 1200 damage, 400 meters per second, 100 meters minimum arming distance.
For a second there, I thought you were talking about the speed of the tank being 1700 meters a second. I was like, what is this, a rocket ship?
I wish.
Could you imagine? It'd like spawn and it's like, it's out the map. It's gone.
Right, let's go.
You're hitting the,
I think people really want to do this Togs for Science, because that was the quickest tank pick all day.
Oh yeah. Plus, when we were in Era 3, right, everyone's had the time to be able to know what they're picking and have it ready, lined up, sorted.
True.
And you were loving this being on the opposite team to you again. I get the feeling that you don't like me.
To be fair, I've not been looking, I've just been hitting randomize a couple of times and going from there. Also, since it's given us a weather update, it's now gone up to 111 Fahrenheit, which is 44 degrees Celsius.
Yikes.
And that's not the worst part.
What's the worst part?
We have a giant lake here, which makes it nice and humid for you. So it's probably like 90% humidity or something like that.
That sounds horrendous.
I'm sure there are people who hate that at the moment.
Apparently it's gonna rain in like 3 hours, so
Fingers crossed.
But at least you guys actually have AC though. For the most part.
Oh, yeah.
Because we'd be suffering that and we wouldn't have any AC, and that would be grim.
Melting.
Yeah. Could you imagine trying to stream and play in those? Oh. It would be a very moist time. Yikes.
It's too hot.
You have just made probably at least 25% of people in our chat cringe with just one word.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Hello, Steve.
With this type of heat here, it gets us hot here in Chicago sometimes. I remember when I was younger, I went to Arizona once, and it was like 114 down there, and the pavement is so hot, and it's all black concrete or whatever it's called, but it's so hot that you could essentially just cook eggs on it if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Wow. That's nuts.
It's funny because usually, like, if it's really hot, that's the thing that people will do. They'll to demonstrate it. If they're on the news, it's like, oh, it's really hot, and they'll crack an egg on the pavement and then watch it fry or on a bonnet or something. When it's the extreme temperatures, that is, not just when it's like 30 degrees. Same as when it's like extremely cold. I remember watching once when they were saying it was like, oh, it's minus 30. It's minus 30 in this place wherever they were, and they got a kettle. They'd had a kettle, a boiled kettle, and threw it in the air, and it instantly turned to ice. Like, it's like, woo.
The one on that I like is when you do bubbles. And the bubbles just freeze pretty much as soon as they hit the air.
I haven't seen that one. That's kind of cool.
I'm going to go join my pals over here. There's a lot of pals over here.
Yes,
pals.
Mr. SPG, we have covered the weather. It's one of the first things we started doing on a Tuesday. as Mr. Tanksauce did tell us how hot it was, and then since they came in, because he's in another part of Chicago, saying it was even hotter.
Well, there goes Chewie.
It's 92 right now. It says it feels like 102 though.
Ouch. That's just from the humidity.
Yeah.
That was
Uh-oh.
awful driving. I completely missed that.
Gave you no. Oh my,
I'm
what's
going.
going
I'm
on?
going. Look at me go, Mum.
I wanted to make another sandwich
Why did I get sandwiched again?
because you were there.
Yeah, but so was the other guy. Who's the other guy?
Tank sauce sandwich over 7th sandwich. The tank sauce sandwich sounds better.
Okay.
That was a lovely pact we all just signed together. Oh, there goes another one.
All right.
So, I've got a lovely little tank graveyard next to a UFO right here.
You've got a lovely little tank graveyard, have you?
Yes. It's Steven's fault. He drew us all in with his tractor beam. That and I got a little push off the cliff. But, you know, I took a little tumble off the cliff.
I like how the primary like combat zone when we first started was on, you know, like the east side, or the west side, like the 2-3 line, and now it's kind of gravitated to like the 8-9 line with the abyss.
Get him, team! I distracted him! Well done, team. Well done.
He's on fire. Leave him alone.
Woohoo! We win! Oh wow,
We
okay.
win indeed. Don't mind my screen. In third place here, it's Rig.
It is rigged.
FKB.
Right, okay. There is my notepad. Where's the camera? I will not add my name. In fact, we have vibes, so that's number 5. And we've got Kakashi again, so that's number 2 for them. There we go, all done. No more. No more has been written on there. Lid on pen.
Congratulations. Kakashi with the object 292 with 7,598 damage, and then just feel the vibes with the Challenger 2, 9,809 damage. Congratulations.
So yeah, that happened.
You know,
apparently I can play well sometimes.
When you went flying into my general direction,
I thought
For
I
some
was
reason,
on the route for death, to be fair.
for some reason I imagined that, you know, you had a pirate commander, and guess what you did?
I did. I have been using the pirate commander all day. He's my most spec'd out Eastern Alliance crew, so he gets used a lot.
Alrighty then.
The last
All been
one,
waiting for this moment.
the Object
especially me.
640. Are you ready for this, Tank Sauce?
I'm ready. I'm getting ready.
You're getting ready, right? Let's
He's
take
always
a
ready.
quick look at the ammos.
He was born ready.
I was born ready.
Same again for the ATGM, 750 penetration for 1200 damage, 400 meters per second speed, and 100 meters on the minimum arming distance. The differences between the normal ammos is not a lot. They're both AP FSDS. They both have the same amount of damage, and they're both travelling at the same speed. The only difference is the amount of penetration. The standard comes with 606 compared to 697 on the premium. So take what you will and see what it does. And as we wait
According to King KB, you're balling, you've been in the weight room, and you're taking names.
Okay then.
Too much carrying is what that is.
Too much carrying. Well, don't expect it to happen again. It only happens once in a blue moon.
That's fair.
Let's all jump in the hole, YouTube chatters shouting at us, and we will do that for our last battle in the Togs. We will drive the Togs across to the abyss and just let them go.
Yeah, but we want it in synchronization, though. We want everyone to do it together.
Everybody will line up around the edge of the abyss, and then on my count, which will go into the chat, we will all drive off. Everybody got that? But remember, this is with the Togs. Mr.
Yep.
SPG says we need an observer to record it. No, that's fine. I will go back through the replay tomorrow and grab it. It will be fine.
She'll have it covered.
I have it covered. It's absolutely fine. That's everybody ready. Let's
Ready to go.
One more all-out war battle, and then we will go for science with the Togs.
Oh, yes.
Master Prime, for anybody who has been working their way through the line, is asking if it's better than the T-72BU line.
I wouldn't know. I've never actually done the T-72BU line. Should do that one day.
Chat, for those of you who have been working your way through the line, what do you think? Should there be bonus points if the Togs have the full sight? Wait, that's an inscription, Mr. SPG? I feel like I need this. I need this inscription on a lot of things.
There's a for science inscription, is there?
Apparently so. So if this game ends quick enough, we might go on a search for it.
Oh yeah. I didn't know
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
I got a speedy boy over here. This guy's pretty quick.
I'm zooming.
Uh-oh.
So what I need is the back of Tankzor's turret, the ATGM to hit it, and the lid to pop.
You try your best. Won't happen.
So I've actually ended up for the first time tonight with Petty on my team.
Rigged.
Get in, boys! He went where I can't shoot.
Oh!
How rude of you.
In fact, there is a Tankzor.
How rude of you, Chewie.
Ah! I'm sorry, Jake. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
Go
I
away.
didn't mean it.
He meant it.
Aye!
Oh, 100%.
Aye! You little cheeky BMP. Thank you, the Mr. T9. T92.
Oh.
Terrible shot.
Oh, this looked painful. I'm out.
This is very painful. I've lost 2,000, nearly 2,500 HP already. This is very painful. Get the labo beeps!
Oh.
I'm fairly sure I just saw somebody go
Bye-bye.
down into the abyss as well.
Already?
Well, it looked like there was a heavy tank going down there. And considering a K1 just flashed up, I'm going to suggest that Vinny did end up falling into the abyss. Hello, Sam.
Our track is up. It's moving.
I found him. How rude.
Get him.
How rude.
Get him.
Get him, chat. This tank feels incredibly quick.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's a speedy boy.
It do be speeding. Doesn't seem to have much armor though.
And I
Having
think
shot like
that's
it.
more for the way it's angled sometimes. I get the feeling
Right.
if you face hug, it's going to be incredibly strong. But if you can get
Right.
on any sort of angle, not so much.
I was just say, so poor tanks also took the brunt of it, but I got the ATGM straight through his low plate, and I didn't think
Not
it
even
would
a
full pen.
scratch.
I believe the scratch was pretty 1,100-ish, but, you know.
1,200-ish, but yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Not
Oh,
even a
I'm
scratch.
gonna go search for the science inscription then.
Yes, try and find it for us. Because we need it.
For science.
Science. Well, Mr. SPG says he can't find it.
Uh-oh. I need scientific help right now.
You need scientific help right now.
Wow, that is an inscription. I didn't even realize that was an inscription. It's just an inscription that says "You are acceptable." Wow.
I'm
Oh,
very
oh,
acceptable.
No, baby, why?
For science?
Oh, okay. Just as a reminder, we do have a giveaway running as well. So just saw it pop up in chat. So go ahead and click on that link if you'd like. What is our giveaway for today? It's to
Boosters.
help players.
Lots of boosters to help get through that T-80 grind quicker.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty.
Yeah, there is
In
no
third
for
place,
science.
we have Garnett with the object 490T with 5,623 damage. Second place, we have Just Feel the Vibes with Challenger 2, 7,351 damage. And an MVP first place, we have Alu and the object 640 with 8,160 damage. Congratulations. And is our MVP.
It is our MVPs. It also means that nobody can now catch up with Just Feel the Vibes, so they will be receiving Steven and his Malibu skin. Oop, no, wrong button.
Nice.
I want to come back and start setting up ready for a certain TOG experiment.
I didn't see any for science inscription. And with Mr.
That's sad
SPG,
times.
you need to be writing a ticket, getting that in, getting that made.
T6 heavy tonk TOG 2. Go to battle anyway.
So yeah,
remember-
what you need, KB, to, for science, is you need to put on your equipment, advanced suspension, and then have all speed. Yeah, just have advanced suspension.
Change vehicle. So, what have we got?
Take your loader off and
Take
put
loader off and put advanced
suspension on.
Suspension on.
Uh-huh.
Are there any
And then
others?
get your parachute training. Get your parachute training in there as well on your crew.
Parachute training on me crew.
Yeah.
Commander, there's parachute training. Oh, so there is. You mean trick driving?
Oh, trick driving. It was parachute. It was parachute, wasn't it? It was a long time. I'm going a long time back now. Wow. Yes, trick driving. 30% reduction in fall damage is what you want.
Restock a singular skill and trick driving. Done.
So yeah, you have trick damage. Yeah, because trick driving reduces your damage from falling by 30%, and your
So
advanced
basically, you want
suspension.
to see if we survive.
Yes, because your advanced suspension will reduce your damage as well from environmental collisions. So if your tracks hit the environment by 50%, so you can actually get an 80% damage reduction. So you can really get some very memey times if you do that.
So if you don't have a TOG 2, I'm disappointed in all of you. But pick out your heaviest heavy tank that you have, and we will use that instead. The more TOGs, the better. But we can deal with a
It's
couple of
cool.
other heavy tanks.
It's called trick driving. When did that happen? I don't know.
About
Since
4 years ago, Sinster.
I still go with parachute training.
Well, that's
I just remember.
got me so confused,
Sorry.
because I'm sat there thinking, what's parachute training when it's at home?
Yeah, it's trick driving. You can really do some funny things. I remember doing stuff like kitting it out with snake bites like that and full speed. So you're going at 80 kilometers an hour and jumping off the cliffs at El Haloof and surviving, stuff like that. And you're sitting there going, "What? Okay." Oh, you can have some really funny times with it.
Now, making sure to take note of Vibes' full gamer tag, so that I've got.
Oh,
it
Mr.
ready
Vibes
for
won it.
that. Well, I don't think anybody is making up 3 games in a singular game.
No,
That
no,
would be
no,
some
they're not.
going.
And if you can, GG to you.
I mean, that would involve you having the 3 accounts, all with the same name, which for anybody thinking about it is actually impossible because of the way that the
Yeah.
Xboxes are set up with gamer tags. Same with PlayStation. But also the
Nothing's
fact,
impossible.
but no, also the fact of how are you going to control 3 of them at the same time?
Listen,
Grow an extra pair of hands?
one with your hands, one with one foot, the other one with the other foot.
That would take a lot of practice.
That's some coordination.
Mhm.
Just easy Bobo. Just the last one. Easy Bobo, you're the last one. Pick a tank.
The heaviest heavy tank in your collection, or a TOG 2, because TOG 2 is love, TOG 2 is life. The religion of TOG.
Mm-hmm. It still has a pick of a parachute, at least we're not going crazy. We're not Sinster, we're not, I tell you.
Right? That. Have we got everybody in?
Yep, go, go, go.
We're still gonna randomise up a bit. Now, everybody, no shooting to start with.
Yes. Nobody
Not
shoot.
sure what we're gonna
No
do
death.
at the end of it if we manage to survive, but we'll come to that as we get. But yes, we're
I would
all
just-
going to
you know-
meet around the abyss in K890, and we're all going to line up along the edge of it. And then, when we put it into chat, everybody's gonna decide to dive off it.
Yeah.
You will get style points. I'm not sure what the style points are made of, but fabulous dropping equals style points.
I'm anticipating that some people will live.
I am anticipating people will live too.
But what might actually happen is that for all the trick driving and all that sort of stuff, we're still probably going to die. But what's going to happen is some lucky person is going to end up hitting a dead tank and it's just going to take all of their fall damage.
Possibly.
So they're not-
That is very possible too.
So you hit it here first, people. Just line up behind someone and hope that they die first.
Chewie, you're driving into a rock.
Is Chewie
Oh,
doing
he's-
his normal trick of flipping himself?
Oh,
He's
Chewie
flipped
loves
over.
doing that. Chewie loves that. He does that every Tuesday.
Yeah. He's like, how can I flip the tog today? Ah,
That's
This
a
is how.
rock. Chewie flipped again, says Jake. See, regular occurrence now on a Tuesday.
oh, sorry, rough wave.
Just a
Fully
line of
engaged
tops.
aerodynamic mode.
Oh, have you turned your turret backwards, have you?
Oh yeah. It's the
I just
it's the
bring
stealth
fuel.
buff. Oh, I got that too. But I got the stealth buff to speed here.
Can we get a Tog Dawn Warhammer edition? What would that look like? What is that?
A Rogel Dawn skin on the TOG 2. I think. Maybe.
Would that just be an elongated Rogel Dawn?
Yes. Maybe.
Elongated.
I'm not sure. The sizing of it would leave a lot to be considered. No, 7th, we don't want any firing.
Attention here.
Massive guns. Like the gun on the FE. Imagine if that gun was on the TOG.
Oh yeah. It's just a 183mm on a Tog. That sounds
Yeah.
scary.
I mean, it's about the length of the whole vehicle, right? So
Yeah.
I see other TOGs making their way across the desert.
Listen, Patty, my finger's getting tired of holding the aerodynamic position.
Oh, I know. I'm just holding RB.
World of Warships,
Mine's
but on
LB.
land, says the chat.
What is going on over here?
Mr.
The Absolution is
Slaughterhog.
shooting people. Kill the Absolution, people. The Absolution behind us, I should say, in towards the green team's base, because he's just shooting
Absolution
people. There we
is
go.
gone. Absolution has been dealt with. Who fired at me? Somebody sort out the bulldog.
Sweet Tog. These guys almost there. I feel like we all made it here at the same time.
But
Yes,
we're
I-
very, very similar timings. A couple of my team are going to take a bit longer.
Yeah, your team's a little bit further away, so it's a bit more of a struggle.
But everybody start lining up on the edge of the abyss.
Get yourselves ready.
I feel like we need a screenshot for this. Get your cameras ready.
I feel like this is going to be the most anticlimactic thing in the universe. We're expecting something massive, and then it's like, nah.
Oh no, we all died.
Yeah. At least you're a man of culture, Funky Monkey. I like this. You're a man of culture, my
How
son.
are we doing, everybody? Are we nearly there?
Baby, how many canisters of gasoline have you gone through here?
About full.
Yeah. Oh, Seth's on his way. Seth's on his way. I can see him behind. He'll get here eventually. He's just togging his way over.
And AJ, we're waiting on AJ as well. Come on, come gather around.
Doggo
Anybody
Toggo for
else
life.
Feel
You are
like
not
this is when people gather at Stonehenge.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's summer solstice, winter solstice time. We're fine.
Careful vibes, you don't want to go just yet. Who's this coming into place? That's Chewie. I don't think you can make the tog flip here, Chewie. It'd
Well,
be
he
really
could if
good
he-
going if you can, but not at the minute anyway.
We want to be like shoulder to shoulder, or how we are now?
How we are now, and then we can. It will make for epic videos after the fact, I'm sure.
Yep. Yep, no doubts. Is that Seth's here? Seth's here
Did
now.
AJ make it as well?
I'll see the rest of your team. Here's AJ as well.
AJ's here,
Okay,
yeah.
cool. Right, everybody inch a little bit closer, don't fall in. Right then. Typing it into the Twitch chat. I'm sorry, YouTube chat.
Oh, AJ's gone.
Oh, AJ's gone.
AJ's
Okay,
gone.
Sorry, AJ. Right. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1. Go!
Tanks is gone. He's
He's
preempted.
gone.
Oh, I died. There we go.
I
Tog
felt
is
something like
flying.
that.
There's so many Togs. There's Tog everywhere. There's Tog everywhere.
I love how
Wow.
some of them have just made a queue, so it's a constant falling of thanks.
Oh, there's so much death. We won. Let's go.
Oh,
Wow.
It's a close defeat, you know.
Oh
It's
dear.
close.
Oh dear.
That was just many Togs. Many Togs.
Oh,
much
I
death.
will be going back into the recordings tomorrow and grabbing some clips of that because
Oh,
that
that'd be great.
might make for some more fun in Discord and other places.
That's
You know
real
what's,
material right there.
But to
It
be
was pretty
fair,
fitting here. We fell in the abyss.
and we
What's in
found
the abyss?
Stephen. We found
A spaceship.
Stephen.
Who's on our MVP? None other than an Anunnaki as a Steven. That is
Nice.
amazing.
That's why he was shooting people. He was making sure Steven was getting on the MVP
Yeah.
screen. That's
Yeah.
what it was.
Oh dear.
Well played, well played.
That was incredibly nuts. If anybody else
was.
does more sciencing on the Abyss, please send in the clips on Discord, because why not?
If you can get any tank
To
to
survive.
survive that jump, that would be...
In fact,
feel
I
like
might
the way-
actually turn that into a Discord contest.
Yes, do it.
Mhm.
Do it.
I feel like
So
the way that you
he's-
could do it towards the western side of the pit, there's a little bit that kind of like flattens out, so you could like land on it and hit it. If one of your teammates goes and hits it first and you land on that tank, you might be able to have a chance. But who knows? That's for everyone to figure out, right?
Yep.
Can you survive the fall into the pit? Or is it abyss? Chat, have we decided that it's pit or
It's
abyss?
the abyss. The abyss. You fall into the abyss. Although it is a pit, though. It is a pit.
It is a pit.
The UFO pit.
The UFO pit?
Or is it a crater?
Is it a crater?
UFO crater. That's
Chat,
true.
decide. The one that gets the most votes in the next sort of 30 seconds, I will use. Is it a pit or an abyss? Or a crater? Crater, abyss, pit, crater, a pit of abyss. Crater, a hole, pit. Crater, it looks like it's going to be crater.
Why is that for the deepest crater known to man? Well, the guy was doing some serious speed since there. He was almost like a meteor, okay? But his shield protected the UFO when it landed, which is why it's still intact.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, so we've gone with crater. That section of the map is now known as the crater.
Ooh, I like this one. Listen, Kube says UF hole. It's a UF hole.
Dear.
A UFO.
That's a good one. That's a good one. But yes,
one.
so keep your eye out for that going live tomorrow. We shall make sure to get that up and ready and all lovely and jumpy. And on that note, it's a couple of minutes past the hour. We have a giveaway to pull. Mr. Tanksauce, I believe you have the extra name to add to my list today.
That is correct. Let me go ahead and pull that up for you.
Ooh, drum rolls.
Gotta download the winners yet. Don't start the drum roll just yet.
No drum rolls yet.
No drum rolls yet. Gotta wait for that download. Steven's
Jump the gun,
slowing
sorry.
the system down.
Sorry, jump the gun.
Why don't you go ahead and put the link in chat one more time just to have our last participants join here.
Just a really
Just a-
long drum roll. Yes, that's right, Funky. It's just a really long drum roll.
It's one winner, right?
One winner today.
Alrighty then. This is gonna be a good one. Are we still drum rolling?
I think people are still drum rolling. It's a really long drum roll.
Really long drum roll. Gonna be a good one. All right. Our winner is Ricardo X. Ricardo, congratulations, Ricardo. You are our lucky
Congratulations.
winner.
Congratulations.
Boosters for you to get through to grind out this brand new line with. Because it will take quite a bit of XP just to get up to the top tank. You're looking at about 1 million.
That's WFC Ricardo. Congratulations.
And
I
on
think,
GG, Ricardo.
That about wraps it up for us here today, right, KB?
It does indeed. So if you're watching on Twitch, stick around. We will be raiding one of our community contributors. If you're on YouTube, it's been lovely to see you, lovely to join in with all the games. We shall see you again on Friday for our insider information of everything that'll be happening next week. For now,
And,
enjoy. Any parting words from my lovely co-hosts?
If you're in the Midwest, make sure to stay cool because it's a hot one out there. So drink plenty of water, and we'll see you on the battlefield.
And enjoy your grinds, people. Good luck with it all, and I hope it goes well.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.